stand by my side, standing strong as the waves roll over, and the nights are long, longing for you to come home. All around, the wind blows, we would only hold on to let go. Focus, fire gun, when you need someone to lean on. Focus, fire gun, all we need is somebody to lean on.
About how we don't really feel like, we wouldn't call it a project, more we would call it maybe like a movement, because it's something that didn't just come about. There was a need for it, and I know you guys read into it. The agency was established in 1977, and when it came together, it was a very small thing that happened, and they were a one room building, and then they ended up coming across a club called the Zonta Club. And you were asking approximately how many women has Friendship of Women taken and helped since its initial launch. So the numbers are actually quite a bit. But in talking about that, I was asking the staff, I was like, what are your thoughts? We were talking about how even though we help so many people, like we provide shelter, we have a lot of non-residents, but we're still able to offer them services. And with them, so we don't only just have them, but we also have, like, for example, myself, I go out into the community and I talk to people all the time. And sometimes people don't come in for services, but just in talking to them, sometimes we're able to help them get out of their situations, and sometimes they aren't even really aware of it, that we've been able to help them. So the numbers are kind of hard to pinpoint, but I know that we've helped a lot of people.
Does that go back to their abuser, like after like being away for a long time?
Yes, and it's actually
have they reconciled?
Yeah, and that's what we talk. What I was just talking about is that it takes on average about 8 times for somebody to, like, that means like they left their abuser, they were away, and then they came back. And actually, one of the most dangerous times is once the victim has left. For example, one of the reasons is financially. Maybe they don't feel like they can survive on their own. So they go back because it's easier, to just, tolerate it and be able to have a home and their kids and everybody in the same household. Sometimes religion is a factor. It's against, some of our religions to get divorced or to leave our spouse. So sometimes it'll be religious reasons why they stay. But what will happen to my kids? Who's going to help me, provide for them? How will they get to school? Like, let's say you guys go to a school where you guys pay to go to school. What would in that case, the mom might think, oh my God, like, they won't get to go to the school they have always gone to. How will they pay for that?
Like, you don't really think that you need to help teens, but they're still affected. It's not always just adults and children.
Yes,
everybody
absolutely.
in the family that's affected.
Different reasons. Sometimes they're afraid socially. What will everybody say?
Oh,
yeah. And so there's a lot of different reasons. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why people stay. So the best thing that that we can do, if we know somebody who's in that situation, is to be there and to listen. To always be an open ear and try to be without judgment and just hear them. So that the day that they do decide to leave, they know that there's somebody there for them, because everybody needs that support system, especially if they're in this type of situation. When we leave, we don't ever have food. He's like, we don't ever have food. He goes, and my dad doesn't give my mom money, and I'm afraid we won't have anything to eat. And it was like the most heartbreaking story, because I thought, he's 8 years old. He should be worrying about his STAR test. He should be worrying about getting new Jordans, like, video games, who's going to be what level. And here this little kid is, who, now is thinking about adult problems. And it's incredibly sad. So hi, my name is Corey Ochoa, and I work here at Friendship of Women. And I just wanted to thank the students of St. Joe's for coming to our agency and taking an interest in what we do here. Domestic violence and sexual assaults are incredibly important everywhere, and especially in our community. Okay, so one of the things that I wanted to share was that about 25, this is an important statistic, that 25% of females will experience domestic violence in their lifetime. And if you look around your classroom, you're going to see that that's 1 in 4 for the girls in your class. That's incredibly high. I also wanted to mention that Friendship for Women, we provide services for everybody. So that's females, males, the elderly, and children. So it's very important, even if domestic violence hasn't affected you, for you to have this information, so that in case that you ever come across somebody who is potentially a victim, or somebody, a friend or a family member, so that you can share this information. Everything at our agency is confidential, and we have a phone line that is 24 hours, so you're always able to call and ask for services. So again, thank you so much for coming and learning about our agency, and we of course welcome you to come and participate in any of our events, any of our fundraisers, or simply just to come out and learn about our services. Thank you.